early this morning and I've decided to make my children some banana bread because I have some blackened bananas that I don't really want to throw out. So I have got a pan and I've sprayed it with Pam baking spray with flour in it that greases the pan and doesn't let the cake stick to the pan. I've got 3 soft bananas that I'm going to mash up, just like so. I pull everything out of my kitchen and keep it organized so I don't have to go looking for it when I start baking. I have it all in front of me. So I mash it up chunky because that's what the recipe calls for. All my products are organic, but you don't have to use organic if you're not inclined to. So I've measured everything out. There's my bananas roughly mashed. I've used King Arthur flour. I should put this down. 1.5 cups. I've used 2/3 cups of brown sugar. It calls for white, but I prefer brown. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 2 eggs that I'm going to crack in here and keep ready. One cup of unsweetened chocolate that I like to use in my recipes because the kids absolutely love it. I've got 2 sons that are always hungry, so I figured I'll do something to tide them over when they get home with their friends. I'm using a string of vanilla bean, or you can use vanilla essence. I might just cheat and use the vanilla essence for this video. So first off, I use a handheld blender. I blend the sugar and the butter, which is 1 stick, together. I will link all the measurements in the description below. So you blend the butter and the sugar together so it becomes like a nice creamy texture. And I like using the handheld. You can even just do it by hand, but this is a lot easier. And I do have the cake stand, but I'm too lazy to pull it out to make it. So there you go, it's all creamed in there. Throw my eggs in, 2 eggs. You whisk. I added my salt to the sugar. Give it a good old blend. One tablespoon of the baking soda, which I'm going to put in with my flour. And I'm lazy, I'm giving it a little swish in here. Now I'm going to rotate and add a little bit of flour and a little bit of banana and mix it together in with my batter. Just a little bit of flour, slowly blend. Banana. And I also turn my oven onto 350 so it heats up nice and it's ready for me when I'm ready with my batter. A little more flour. And I don't like to go too fast. I do it slowly so it incorporates everything nicely. I like using the King Arthur flour. It's organic and it's great for baking, and it just comes in convenient little packages for storage. Add some more of my flour. And I'm not going to forget my vanilla essence. It's 1 tablespoon. Oops. I could use the vanilla bean, but I think I'm going to save it and use it for like a lighter cake that I make. When it's nicely blended, I add chocolate chips little at a time so that it all blends in nicely. banana bread is a little thicker because it's like a doughy batter. So I just have to do it a little slower. All nicely incorporated now. I'm now making pasta alla vodka for my children with Pappardelle Pasta. So I'm just boiling the pasta and it's almost ready. I'm sauteing a clove of garlic in here. For 7 minutes because that's what the recipe called for. Just put in half a teaspoon of the crushed red pepper like so. And I normally print the labels on the containers which I get at Pusatteri's normally. And I have black pepper as well, same thing. You don't want it too spicy because pepper can get really spicy. So I'm putting about a quarter teaspoon in. Quarter teaspoon. Then I'm using my we pronounce it Himalayan, but you guys say Himalayan, and salt, and I'm putting it in there. I'm going to get rid of my dirty bowls because I hate being a messy cook. And now I'm just going to saute this till it's nice and caramelized. It smells absolutely delicious. And I used a good quality sausage because then it's not fatty and doesn't taste gross. Getting back to my banana bread is all ready. I have a little cutting board that is so beautiful. I just figured I'll showcase my banana bread on there. It's ready to go. Always use a serrated knife to cut any desserts because it makes a nice clean slice. So you just kind of slice it. It's a little bit warm so it might crumble, but there's my banana bread all ready to go. Now on this one, I have herbs that I buy and they don't last very long, but this is a good secret that I've learned. Take out the package of herbs, wash it, get rid of all the sand, dry it, like air dry it on your counter with paper towels, and when it's done, wrap it tight with the paper towels, put it in a plastic bag like so. Try and get all the air out as possible. And this preserves it for a lot longer. And I normally put like an elastic band on here and put it in the fridge, and it preserves my herbs for longer. Here's a close-up of my banana bread. As you can see, I have used a serrated knife. Love my cutting board. Now moving on to chopping up a handful of parsley. Make sure you dice it tiny. Try not to go back and dice it and make it mushy. It doesn't taste the same. Hi guys, back to my sausage. It's ready. It's taken about 4 minutes, and as you can see, it's sticking to the pan, so you know it's ready. So I like using Rayo's Arrabiata sauce, and I use a whole jug of it in, and it kicks it up a notch. I put a little bit of water in here to take all the sauce out of the jar. I close it, give it a shake, and put it in, like so. Now I've moved on to adding my vodka, which gives it the Alla Vodka flavor. I'm going to use about a quarter cup, which I'm measuring in here. I'm using Tito's because I love Tito's, and I kind of just finished my bottle, which means I need to get a new one. This is the fun part, and always stand back because this can catch fire. You put it in, and then you give it a little stir, then you take a lighter like so and let it catch fire, as you can see, but stand back because fire, and let the vodka burn out, and then it flavors the sauce. This is what makes the pasta really, really delicious. This is my take on how I make my pasta alla vodka. I do not add cream. You can add cream to the pasta sauce. The meat coats it so beautifully, and I just kind of twirl it around. You can obviously serve it separately if you want. Put the pasta first on a plate, but I normally do this. And in this stage, you can add a little bit more olive oil if you want to make it a little bit more. And when that is done, I get my herbs, my Italian. I now add my Italian parsley. I've used a chunk of really good Parmesan cheese, which I've grated in this little grater, and it's in this little packet. And I put a little bit on top, and here's your pasta. Pasta Pappardelle Alla Vodka, my version on it.